Hello everyone, we're going to talk about blues form. We're going to put blues form in jazz under magnifying glass and we'll talk about it. Okay, regular blues form is 12 bars, okay? And 4 bars is the 1 chord and first 4 bars. And second 4 bars it goes to 4th chord and then for 2 bars and comes back to 1 chord for 2 bars, and then for the last 4 bars it goes to 5 chord for a bar and then 4 chord for a bar and then comes back to 1 chord. Maybe at the end it goes to 5 again, okay? Basically, if it's a C flat blues, B flat blues, it's like so it's like, this kind of form. It's 12 bars. But jazz musicians picked this up and changed a couple of things. The most obvious one is instead of going to 5 chord on the 9th bar, and then going back to 4th chord again on the 10th bar, we put up 2-5 because 2-5 is like the secret code of jazz, almost like, right? So if there's a cadence there, jazz musicians prefer to play a 2-5 over there, okay? So that's one of the most important difference. And the second one is for the last 2 bars, traditional blues players play something but jazz musicians play a 1-6-2-5 there. So what is a 1-6-2-5? 1 chord, the 6th chord, a dominant, and 2-5 is a minor 2, minor 7, and 5 dominant. So that's what they play to prefer over there. Okay, that's one of the most important difference. And traditional blues is heavily relying on the blues form for the lyrics too. I mean, so usually, if you know that music really well, I listen to a lot of it, like B.B. King, Otis Rush, Buddy Guy, all those cats, Robert Johnson, and even Robin Ford, it changes a bit, but so the main thing is, for the first bar, they say something during the lyrics. It's, let's say something like, it's Wednesday night, my woman is out, okay? And then first 4 bars, they repeat that with an added spice, something. They give a little bit more info about the case, okay? That's the second 4 bar. And for the last 4 bar is the resolution and the turnaround to the next chorus, okay? That's how it's played traditionally. So it's like a AAX kind of thing. A for the first bar, again A2 for the second 4 bar, and the X, which is different, for the last 4 bar. That's the kind of form they use a lot for the lyrics and for playing too. But in jazz, it's different. I mean, some people even play jazz blues that you cannot even recognize. It's all the substitutions and all that, which is something I don't prefer. I like to stick close to the roots a bit more, you know. But it's done. I mean, so somebody can come and say, let's play blues, and then they're gonna play the form, but with all the possibilities in jazz, it can be unrecognizable. Okay, that's one of the things I wanted to tell you. Again, in jazz, if somebody told you, let's play blues, and didn't really mention any particular song in blues form, he said, let's play blues, it's usually F blues. That's what he means. I mean, if nothing is talked about, F blues is played, which is okay. I like playing F blues. I like playing E blues too. I also like B flat blues on guitar. I find it, you know, you have a lot of positions that can get into it. Anyway, so in this lesson, I'm gonna play an example blues tune from Sonny Rollins. It's called Tenor Madness. Okay, and we're gonna talk about that. I'm gonna give some examples for 137 studies, and we're gonna talk about the form a little bit. But there's another thing that I want to talk about. I keep hearing about blues scale. Okay, I never look at it from a scale perspective. For me, there is no blues scale. You know, I don't use it that way. I use it with blue notes, and particularly 3 of them. Okay, which is the flat 5, flat 7, and flat 3. Obviously, if you're playing minor blues, the blue note, minor third, and the third of the minor blues, which is, it's the same note. So it's basically, if you're playing B flat blues, anyway, but if it's a regular blues, I mean major blues, then you play dominant chord, which is, you know, B flat. I'm thinking in B flat 7 chord. Okay, B flat, D, F, and A flats. Those are the chord tones of B flat 7. But you can still play minor third, which is D flat. But B flat 7 has a major third, okay? So it's a D natural, not B flat. But you can do this. You can play the blue notes and then go to major third and then resolve it to root. You know, blue notes sound bluesy immediately. So what are our blue notes? We have the roots. We're in key of B flat, okay? We have the roots, B flat. Okay, we're in B flat. We have the root, third, 5, and flat 7. So blue notes are, one of them is flat 7. It already sounds bluesy, right? And then we have what? We have a minor third. And then we have flat 5, which is flat 5 here. I always think in terms of blue notes. That's what I wanted to, share. I never think about blues scale. And when I say blue notes, especially the flat 5, flat 7, and minor third. Those are the notes. Sometimes I change the pitch a little bit when I play a blue note, like minor third. But I find it easier, and I find just having just 3 blue notes. And when I think in terms of blue notes, I never think about scale, because sometimes people mix up the blues, add blue notes to pentatonic scale, and they call it blues scale. Sometimes they add blue notes to major scale, and they call it blues scale. But if you only have to think about 3 blue notes, you can add it to any scale. Just, let's say you're playing something, a tune, just in B flat major, right? Okay, the tune. But in the middle of tune, you play flat 7. It had to be A natural, but you play flat 7, it sounds bluesy. Or you play flat 5, right? And then you add the root and the minor third to it. Well, you're sounding bluesy in a tune that's not blues, and jazz musicians do that a lot too. I mean, you can. It depends how much you like it. I mean, what's the dosage? It's personal. But you have those 3 blue notes, you can incorporate that into any kind of scale, okay? Keep that in mind. All right. Now, let me play our tune to you. Okay, here's our first example. This tune is called Tenor Madness. The tune keeps changing between D natural and D flat, right? And it starts with D natural. But then on the second bar, when the form goes to 4, it switches to D flat. If it didn't change it, it would sound... It would sound like this, but it doesn't. Instead, on the second bar, it goes to minor third. Then on the 5th bar, it goes to 4th chord, and then again, hence the use of D flat. Okay, on the 9th bar, here's our big 2-5, right? Okay, I play the lick. Starting on D natural, on the 3rd of B flat. And I did something like this. And then on the second bar, I know it's going to be D flat, because D flat is the 7th of E flat 7 chord, okay? So I played something like... Okay, and you can mix in those blue notes just like I did. So I just want to give an example of that. All right, so to get comfortable with the blues form, I recommend playing 1-3-7 exercises. Okay, that gives you the most important sounds of dominant any kind of chord. Okay, so you'll have a better form sense if you do these exercises. Okay, here you go. Here's the example. Okay, great. So as you can see, I tried to give examples of 1-3-7 on different parts of the neck. So I highly recommend practicing these 1-3-7 examples on every possible part of the neck. Try to find them. Okay. All right. So what could we do with these 1-3-7 exercises, right? Well, you can go up with 1-3-7, come down with a scale, right? And then take it from there. I mean, it helps you develop little by little. And then once the blues form is inside your ears, you can hear them when the chords change. And you can feel the 12 bar form, okay? You can feel the first 4 bar, second 4 bars, and last 4 bars, because last 4 bars is completely different from everything. And you can feel them, and then once you start feeling and hearing them, everything's going to change, okay? And then try to practice the arpeggios, 1-3-7s, go up with 1-3-7, come down with a scale, or go up with scale, come down with 1-3-7, wherever is possible. And then transcribe little snippets from masters. I mean, everybody has a example of blues solo transcription. Pick something very easy. I mean, even though form is slightly different from a regular jazz blues form, I recommend listening to Miles Davis solo and on Freddie the Freeloader. It's the most famous album of Miles Davis. The album is called Kind of Blue because he doesn't sing regular blues. He doesn't feel blue. He doesn't feel the album is like a regular blues album. His solo actually sounds a bit happy. So that's the side of blues he wants to give. Hence the name, I think, Kind of Blue comes from that. Okay, because he says somewhere his teacher told him that he can feel blues better because of the suffering. And Miles told him, my father's rich, my mom's good looking, I never suffered, and I don't intend to. That's what I feel. That's what he said. Okay, so he wanted to show it's possible to play a happier version of blues. So, but the note choices are great, so you can learn a lot from that. Check it out. Miles Davis, Kind of Blue album, and the song is called Freddie the Freeloader. Okay. Okay, let's play another example. Okay, you see, I try to mix in other scale notes after 1-3-7s. Learning the blues form really well, it helps helps you a lot. Okay, and just knowing the concept of blue notes, that also helps you a lot. Like I said, I don't really think about blues scale. I wouldn't even know what blues scale is until I've seen some examples of it, but that's not the way I use it. So some people mix it in with pentatonic, some people mix it in with major scale, but I just use regular chord tones and scales, and I just put the blue notes in between them whenever I feel like sounding bluesy, okay? That's about everything I want to say about blues this week. And if you guys need a deeper analysis, we could do that too, maybe in the future. But blues is learned a lot from playing. Okay, so that's about it for this week. Have a great week.